I'm Peter Burlingame of the Self-Defense Initiative. I'd like to talk today about holsters, how to choose a good holster for your pistol. Let's talk about the different materials that holsters are made out of and the different features that we're looking for. There's three major materials that holsters are made out of: leather, thermoplastic, and nylon. They all have good points and bad points. Leather is the classic. Holsters have been made out of leather for several hundred years, probably as long as there have been pistols. One of the nice features of leather is that it is pliable when wet and dries hard. You can see that this is actually molded to a particular firearm. That's an important feature because it helps to hold the pistol firmly in place. The downside of leather is that if it does get wet again, it can lose its shape. It'll also stretch over time. But properly taken care of, a good quality leather holster will last for decades. The second type of material is thermoplastic, very often called Kydex or Conceal-X, and there's a couple other types also. The nice features about it is it's a hard plastic, so it's moldable. It firmly holds the pistol in place and retains that shape. Being plastic, it won't get soft if it gets wet. It's also resistant to mold. It's easy to clean. You can just wash it out with soap and water. There are not really too many downsides to thermoplastic, and it is my preference in holster materials these days. The third type of material is nylon. Nylon's very flexible, and the main advantage of nylon is it's inexpensive. I don't find it to be a very good material for holsters because it doesn't hold the pistol in place very securely. But, like I said, it's inexpensive. One of the disadvantages of nylon is it tends to collapse back on itself, so trying to reholster the pistol can be kind of difficult. Now that we've talked about the different materials holsters are made out of, let's look at the features that we're looking for in a good holster. What we're looking for is a holster that will retain the pistol, yet allow quick access to it. One of the most critical points of a good holster is that it allows a full firing grip, so that your firing hand can access the pistol and grip it in exactly the same manner it would be held if you were firing it. Once again, we want a full firing grip. The key area that we run into problems with poor holsters is in this area. Very often the holster will cover this junction, and you won't be able to get your middle finger up under the trigger guard properly. So what ends up happening is you pull the pistol out of the holster and then you need to readjust your grip before you can fire. This is slow and inefficient, wasting time. Time you can't afford in a gunfight. Another critical aspect of holster design is it must hold the pistol firmly without any external or additional retention devices, so that you can invert the pistol in its holster and it will stay in there. One of the problems with nylon holsters is because they are not form-fitting, they will not retain the pistol. The holster and the belt are a system and work together. It doesn't do you any good to get a nice $60, $70 holster and put it on a $5 Walmart belt. We also need the belt loops in the holster to match the belt. You can see we've got a 1-inch belt and 1.5-inch belt loops, and this would allow the holster to move around too much on the belt. So the belt and the belt loops have to match. Here we have a proper 1.5-inch belt. Now the holster can't shift on the belt. When you're choosing a belt, purchase a belt that's designed specifically for carrying a holstered pistol. Typically they'll be made of 2 thicknesses of leather sewn together, and they will be thicker than your standard belt. You need that thickness to support the weight of not only the holster and the 2-pound pistol in it, but you'll also probably be carrying a couple of extra magazines. That's a lot of weight for the belt to be carrying, and to prevent it from sagging and twisting, you need a good sturdy belt. Another important design aspect of holsters is the angle that it holds the pistol relative to your belt. This angle is often called cant. It is determined by your natural hand position as relative to your belt line. If the pistol is on your center line of your leg, you want basically neutral angle or neutral cant, so the gun is straight up and down, because that's the angle the wrist wants to be in naturally. You can see with the pistol in the appendix position, the angle wants to be more like that. As we come back around, it's more up and down, more perpendicular, and as we come around to the back, you can see the angle changes to this. This tends to be a very good concealed position because with the natural angle of the wrist, the gun also hides very nicely against the body. The butt tucks in quite nicely with the back. If we put the pistol more on the side, it tends to stick out further from the body. Here you can see I have a revolver carried in a holster that has quite a bit of cant where the muzzle is back and the butt is forward from the perpendicular. And I'm carrying it on the center line of my body. For me to draw the pistol, I have to put my body into a very uncomfortable, unnatural position to get a full firing grip. This holster should be more around the back. Here the holster is in the proper position based on the angle of it in relation to the belt. The grip of the pistol is tucked in nice to my back, the barrel is pointing backwards, and more importantly, I can get a natural grip on the pistol. With the pistol being carried in the appendix position, the butt should be angled backwards, the muzzle forwards. This is the natural position your wrist wants to be in. Anyone who's been carrying a pistol for any length of time will end up with a pile of holsters. They will have tried quite a few different ones until they've settled on 1 or 2 that finally meet their needs. The purpose of this video is to help you purchase a good holster and to avoid the time and effort and money of purchasing holsters that don't fit your needs. So armed with this information, you can go into your local gun store and purchase a good quality holster that fits you, your pistol, and your needs. You've just spent $600 on a pistol. Don't put it in a $15 nylon holster on a $5 Walmart belt. Get a good quality holster made out of good materials with the proper criteria that meets your needs. I'm Peter Burlingame of the Self-Defense Initiative. Thanks for watching.